What's up guys, Jack here with another video, and today what we are going to do is we are going to show you things that you should not do in football. Now you may have seen my video where there was things that you should do and should not. Now they were only 5 tips, as you know that. If you've watched that video, go and check that out. It was a good video actually. But you haven't actually seen what you should not do that the ref and everything sometimes doesn't tell you. Okay, so let's get into this video anyway. Tip number 1. Please, if you've got a free kick from here and you're about to score, but you miss, make sure it does not hit anyone's head, or else it might be a yellow card and possibly a red card. So I would recommend not doing this. But anyway, I'm going to take a free kick, see if I score. What's a free kick? But imagine if there was a player there and it hit the head, probably a red card because you kicked it directly at them. Well, that's if it was on purpose. But yeah, just remember not to do that. If you're a beginner, then you need to learn these and quick, or else that might lead to some terrible things in football happening to you, and you might get a suspension or possibly be banned from football. So you better not do this. Step number 2. If you've taken a penalty, do kick it like in that direction. If you're coming this way, kick it the other way because it'll dummy the keeper and he will think that you're diving that way when you're actually diving that way. So let me give you an example. Well, that went in the middle of the net. Sometimes that actually works, but now I'm going to try and show you the right way to actually get it in. Oh, well, I missed, but you get the idea, right? But, yeah, imagine if that went in at the goal, okay? Just imagine if it went in, okay? Yeah, let's get on to step number 3. Basically, if the ball gets rebounded to you, kick it first time. Because the ball, if you kick it first time, the ball will be really strong and you have a chance of actually getting it in the net. Once I'd done this and it just went wider than goal, and the keeper dived the wrong way, and I wasn't in defence. I mean, that was a great one, but let me show you. Well, it was weak, but because it was kind of in the air. But let me show you a second example of it. Let's see. It's hard to see, actually. I keep thinking that my hand's in the way, but it's not, actually. Wow, what a goal. Yeah, that is tip number 3. Tip number 4. If you're headering the ball, jump up and header it, because if you do not jump up and you just hit it, it hits on your head, it's not going to be strong. It'll just go up in the air, or it might go forward, but hardly anywhere. So I would recommend jumping. I'm going to give you a little example on this. Let's see that angle. Can't really see the. Hang on. That looks good there. Okay, hang on. I'm going to move it here. Okay. Well, you see how strong that was, and then someone on your team could rebound it in the net. So that's why you should have a strong header to get it close and then to score. That's the thing. So, yeah, let's move on to tip number 5. And yeah, hopefully that helps. That one is very important. Tip number 5, when you're doing a drop kick, always throw it up and immediately kick it. Because if you're dropping it, if you drop the ball as a keeper, the team can already come and get it, and then it'll be harder for you to get it over, and then they could score. So that's why I would recommend doing this. I'm going to give you a little example. Yes, again, I'm going to get you in the same exact position, and I'm going to do a drop kick. Well, you see what I mean, right? It goes pretty far. So if this was a bigger place, right, that would go for another couple of miles. Let me show you again. Wow, it went over the bar. I mean, you probably didn't see it go over the bar, but you could hear it go over the bar. That is crazy. And that's why, if you're a keeper, you should do that. Step number 6, if you're wanting to pass someone, which that might actually be Teddy, please just don't kick it with here, because then it will make the ball strong and it would hit the ball or something like that. And if you're wanting to make a smooth pass and for it not actually miss the goal, you should pass it to a teammate just like that, and then boom into the net. So yeah, let me demonstrate it with Teddy if he actually doesn't run away. Teddy. Oh, okay, passed. And then in the net. See what I mean? Tip number 7. If you are a defender, don't if you're playing 7-a-side or hopper, look for one of the defenders and see if they're in a good space. If they're not in a good space, then you just pass it to one of the midfields or the striker, depending if you can even get it up there. So let me just demonstrate it. I'm going to get you in the same position yet again to demonstrate this, because I think it's a good way to demonstrate actually. Hang on, guys, I'm having difficulties. No. There we go. So pretend I'm a defender. I'm going to pass it to that wall, which is another defender. And pass it back and on. And then, I know this is different, but just pretend it's the same one. And then they could pass it to one of the midfielders, they run onto it and score. That is really good. And yeah, if you played 7-a-side, then you would have 2 defenders. Same with 9-a-side, maybe you'll have 3. 11-a-side, you would 100% have 3. So yeah, that's a good tip, isn't it? Tip number 8, if you're wanting to do a shot, don't just like tap it like this, because as you can see, it hardly even got to the goal. I mean, it didn't even go 12 to the goal. I mean, that is very bad. It only went a couple of centimetres. So if you want to actually get it into the net, you have to lean back a bit, and then it goes off the ground, and chances are it will go into the net. So yeah, that's a really good tip to do. I think you should follow that, because it probably will help you in your future matches. Yeah, let's move on to tip number 9. Step number 9, if you want to do a rebounder, just see there's a person there, right? You want to get past them, don't you? But there's a person there as well, and a person there. But there is space between one of the defenders right there. So, what you want to do is to do a rebounder. A rebounder. Basically, right, you put your foot, hang on, I'm trying to get this done because, well, I mean, it's hard when there's wind, and there's a lot of wind today. Okay, so get your foot there on that side of the ball. I'm making sure it doesn't move, and then you rebounder it. Hope it goes in. Make sure it doesn't go out though. So I can't really control my rebounders yet, but hopefully you learn them. And yeah, let's move on to tip number 10. Tip number 10. This will be our final tip for today, for now. Well, yeah, of course it will be, because we've been recording for about 9 minutes. Do not foul a player. Just don't foul a player. Pretend I'm coming. I come into a really harsh tackle. Well, it actually could lead to good consequences for you, because if you get fouled, if it's close to the goal that you're shooting in, then that is good. Because if it's right outside, it's a free kick or penalty. You will easily score it. Like I've scored free kicks before. I've scored penalties before. Once I missed a penalty in a really good match. Well, it was it was a friendly match, but anyway, let me demonstrate. I missed my attempt. So then, what would happen is you would get a penalty. So let me get the ball, and you just hope that you score, right? I mean, keepers hardly save penalties because they're so hard to. But let me demonstrate. Well, I scored my penalty. Let me know if you did. If you want to try these, just do it in your garden. Trust me, these are not clickbait, because I'm not a clickbait. I want clickbait off the internet. So, yeah. regardless if you're seeing this football, of course you know it's real because I'm literally doing it with my feet. I mean, this is not photoshopped. I mean, how can you get this realistic? Like, literally, how can you get this realistic? You can hear tweets and everything. How can this be photoshopped? It's not photoshopped. It is actually true facts. So, yeah, you might have already known a lot of these if you're a pro. But I really want beginners to watch this. But if you didn't even know these and you were like God at football, like me, then you can just practice them and practice. That's what all the people say, and you'll get better and better and better. But that's this video. I might be doing a short, like maybe at 7 to 8 o'clock. I had such a tiring day. I had to go 10 shops actually. The darn clothes. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you like the video, smash the like button, subscribe, put down the comment if the comments section will be on, and I will see you on my short. Hopefully that gets a lot of likes and views as well. Bye.